Nigeria is Africa's largest economy and one of the continent's biggest oil producers. Yet, every night, millions of our homes, markets, and hospitals go dark. How can a country so rich in energy resources still live by generator light? Today, we unpack the numbers, the people, and the paths out of darkness. In the next 10 minutes, we'll explain how much of Nigeria remains without electricity, why the national grid keeps falling, how the generator economy affects ordinary Nigerians, what corporate and government decisions have to do with it, and whether solar and renewables can finally change our story.
For over 2 weeks, we've not been having light, and then people are taking advantage of the no light to increase the prices of charging phones. And we are students now in our area. To charge one phone, they'll be calling 200 naira. To charge power bank, they'll say from 300 naira upwards. And then businesses are slowing down because of the no light.
Start with this. Nigeria is home to one of the largest electricity access deficits in the world. Recent global tracking shows that Nigeria alone accounts for around 86 million people without electricity, the single largest national shortfall on the planet. That's tens of millions living without reliable power for basic things like lights, refrigeration, or clinics that need running water and vaccines kept cold.
I never envisaged that I would give birth at a hospital where there would be no light.
My first experience was in June 2024. I was supposed to have a surgery at UCH, but I could not do that until October 2024 because of the power outage. My second experience was December 2024. I had a crisis around that time and I was referred from the school clinic to UCH. They could not do the blood screening on time because of light. A proper cross-matching was not done. I started reacting to the blood just about 30 minutes into the transfusion.
Put another way, while cities may see intermittent power, huge parts of the country are functionally off-grid, and the gap keeps getting worse as population growth outpaces electrification. On good days, Nigeria's grid sends out only a few thousand megawatts to the whole country. Official peak figures bounce around. Recent daily peak generation numbers reported by the Ministry of Power being in the range of about 5,000 to 6,000 megawatts, far below what a nation of over 200 million needs. For context, modern cities of even medium-sized countries often plan for tens of thousands of megawatts. That huge gap is why businesses face rolling outages, hospitals switch to backup power, and why manufacturers sometimes shut down production.
If I want to charge based on gen, a lot of people tell me they'll come back when there's light. So it has been pulling my business down. I have no option. And like for today, I have to go on the normal light price.
It hasn't been easy for us at all because whatever we make from the business, we just use it on the fuel to sustain our business.
The grid simply cannot guarantee steady supply. Another problem is fragility. The grid has suffered dozens of partial and full collapses over the past decade. Industry data tracked by local outlets counts many major disturbances and even full system collapses. Across recent years, frequent collapses not only cut lights, they damage equipment, reduce investor confidence, and make long-term planning impossible.
We don't have light here, so we used to buy fuel to do some work. So we didn't have light, have anything. So it's affecting me a lot. So in a day, I used to buy, let's say 3,000, 4,000 for a day.
We've not been having light for like 3-4 months now, and the sufferness is just too much. We sit inside the shop, we won't be able to sit down. There's no sales, everything is just too dull. It's affecting income because the cost of living nowadays is high. Means of surviving is not good at all. We're just trying, we're just managing to put things together.
So where do people get power when the grid falls? Generators. Millions of households, shops, and small factories run petrol or diesel generators. That backup culture has a cost. Energy analysts and sector reports estimate that Nigerians spend billions of dollars each year on fuel and generator operation, rolling up to an estimate commonly cited around 14 to 22 billion US dollars annually, depending on the source. Money that could otherwise buy education, healthcare, or investment in clean energy, and that's only the direct spending. There are also hidden costs: lost work hours during outages, damaged perishable goods, extra maintenance for machines, and health impacts from generator pollution.
No hospital, no doctor. ABK, no doctor. They go live, now see am. Person dey die, no doctor. No doctor, no light for hospital. A whole hospital, no lights. No lights, no doctors. No nurse, nothing. If person dey die, na so him go die. No.
Energy politics and corporate actions matter, and they ripple into everyday life. Take the Dangote refinery, a project billed as a game changer for Nigeria's fuel supply. In late September 2025, the refinery briefly halted selling petrol in Naira, citing crude supply constraints, and the situation sparked strikes and labor disputes after reported mass sackings and tensions over local staffing. Those events directly affect fuel availability and prices, which in turn influence generator fuel costs and the overall energy market. Running millions of diesel generators creates air pollution and noise, worsening respiratory issues in towns and cities. Health facilities that rely on generators face fuel shortages too, meaning life-saving equipment can fail. So the power crisis is not just an inconvenience, it's a public health and development crisis. But it's not all doom. Where the grid fails, alternatives are scaling up. Solar rooftop systems, community mini-grids, and pay-as-you-go solar companies are lighting homes, powering shops, and enabling students to study at night. These solutions are often cheaper over time than constant generator fuel and cause far less pollution. Investors and development partners are increasingly financing mini-grids, and tech like prepaid meters and battery storage is making distributed power more practical. The way forward has three parts: realistic policy and regulation that attract long-term investment, transparent management of assets and contracts so funds actually improve infrastructure, and aggressive support for distributed renewables where grid expansion is slow or uneconomic. If governments, private sector, and communities coordinate, Nigeria can actually close that huge access gap and stop funneling billions into generators. Nigeria has the resources to end this crisis: oil, gas, sun, and brains. What we need is the will to invest those resources where they create power for people, not just profits for a few. Tell me, have you or your community switched to solar? Or are you still on generator power? Drop your story in the comments. I'll feature some in the next episode where we'll dig into the cost of living and how energy prices make other parts of life harder. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share these matters to you.